Bruno Mars and Fortnite Festival is causing backlash. Hey, what's up guys? Snowy Minotaur here, and yes, today I'm going to be talking about Fortnite Festival with you all, as the newest season just came out and it is causing a lot of confusion and a lot of anger. And man, I just gotta say this here. What an insane ride it has been with Fortnite Festival as of late. Ever since Sabrina Carpenter, we've been hearing a lot of rumors about the next festival artist, which would be in Season 9. It was first with Daft Punk, then there was a rumor with Post Malone. Then at the beginning of Chapter 6 Season 3, it was heavily rumored to be deadmau5, which I will get into later on in this video. But then out of nowhere, Epic decided, you know what? Let's not do any of those. Let's just do Bruno Mars. Someone that's already in the game. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Bruno Mars, okay? He's one of my favorite artists, and I was really happy when they added him back in Chapter 3 Season 1. And it's cool that he's getting more stuff in the game. Like, that's awesome. However, it does feel a little bit off for him to be a part of Festival, because this is the first time that we've ever seen Epic do a festival season with someone that's already been in the game. Maybe this is a sign that we can see other artists get into the game. Like maybe we could see a Travis Scott theme season. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna throw that out there, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, Bruno Mars being added into Fortnite Festival does feel a bit off, especially to when you realize that there was pretty much no marketing for this entire season at all, so it definitely feels like it was a bit rushed out. Like, there was no in-game teasers, no color teasers for the season, no nothing. They just dropped it out of nowhere, go like, hey, here you go, here's Bruno Mars. And ever since I saw the news about Bruno Mars being added in as the next festival icon, a lot of people have been really upset over this. And it obviously has to do with him being someone that's already gotten into the game, which it does feel a little off again for them doing a festival season on someone that's already been previously added into the game. That's like if they were to do a season with Marshmello or with Eminem, who have multiple skins in the game. That's kind of how it feels right now with Festival Season 9. And I can definitely understand that criticism, but the other one is the fact that deadmau5 was literally right there. Now, I know that deadmau5 was actually getting quite a bit of controversy and backlash just with the idea alone of him being added in as a new festival headliner, and with that idea pretty much dead at this point, it does feel a bit off that Epic didn't do it. Considering the fact that he had his own room on one of the locations, and he was also featured in the background of a freaking loading screen. It's like there were teasers for him to be added into the game. Maybe it's still gonna happen. Maybe he might just be an item shop skin at this point. That would be probably my guess. But I completely digress here, ladies and gentlemen. deadmau5 was literally right there. You had in-game teasers, which there was none for freaking Bruno Mars. So this came out of absolutely nowhere and caught everyone off guard. As I've just said earlier, with all the leaks and rumors about other artists getting into the game, it was one that nobody saw coming, and it was one that's already been featured in Fortnite before. Now, I will say his skins look great. I will say that here. He does look awesome in Fortnite. I really like what they did with his two skins. They both look awesome. The biggest issue with this, again, as I just said, it does feel a bit rushed, and it feels a bit lazy for them to push out a already existing artist in the game as the next festival headliner when literally deadmau5 was right there. And I think people are starting to get sick and tired of the pop artists being added into the game. A lot more people have been asking for more rock or even some more rap. Or hell, maybe some other virtual artists like with Hatsune Miku, who, by the way, got a crap ton of backlash, which I made a video on, all because of the fact alone that they were adding in a vocalist into the game, a virtual vocalist, might I add, into the game, who wasn't even a real person. A lot of people had a bunch of backlash surrounding that season, but it turned out to be, in my opinion, one of the best seasons of Festival. And with deadmau5, it was essentially the same thing like that, but it was just like, who in the world is this? Who in the world is deadmau5? And I kind of remember him a bit here. I had to listen a little bit to his music. He's kind of similar to Marshmello. I guess that's the best way of me describing it. But it would have been cool to see him be added in as a new festival icon. I don't think it would have been that bad of an idea, in my opinion, considering that almost all the other seasons that we have had of Festival have been all new artists from just different genres, mostly pop though, but I completely digress. Having Bruno Mars be added in is just a very strange decision, and the fact, again, as I've said plenty of times throughout this video, there was no marketing, there was no teasers, there was no build up, no nothing. They just dropped it out of nowhere. Feels very off. Like, were they not confident in this season of Festival? But judging from the looks of it and how this season was handled so far, it does honestly feel like that. Now, obviously, as I said at the beginning of the video, Bruno Mars is one of my favorite artists in the game, so it is awesome that he got 2 more skins and just more cosmetics in the game. But again, I wish it was someone else. I really wish it was. I think we're very overdue for some like new rock music to be added into the game as like a festival headliner. Like, please, for the love of God, Avenged Sevenfold or freaking Green Day, that'd be so awesome. Or even some more rappers. And if they are going down this route, as I just said earlier, just do Travis Scott. I think at that point, it is possible that Travis Scott could return in Festival, or just other rappers in general. I would love to see some other rappers be added into the game. But man, it does feel a bit off that they decided to choose somebody who has already been in the game to begin with without doing someone that has never been introduced or even been added into the game at all, like deadmau5. I do think that deadmau5 is still gonna come out in Fortnite because there's no way that they just tease him like that and they just push it under the rug. I highly doubt that that's what Epic is gonna do. My guess is that they're gonna release him into the item shop, kind of similarly to how they did Mariah Carey back in December. That would be my guess. But man, it was such a missed opportunity to make him the festival headliner. But instead, we got Bruno Mars, which is honestly really disappointing. But I am still very happy that we got him in the game regardless. I'm happy we got more cosmetics. Again, I'm a fan of Bruno Mars. I do really like the stuff that we got here. But again, it just feels very, very off. Especially with what I said earlier, with all the rumors and speculations about this upcoming season, and then they just dropped this on us out of nowhere, and it's left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and a lot of people were very mad and very confused. Like, this is a very confusing season of Festival. Now, overall, I will say this collab isn't as bad as some other ones. Hatsune Miku got so much backlash even before she released into the game. And deadmau5 was pretty much getting the exact same thing because, oh, it was an unknown artist that nobody really knew. That was a very smaller artist, and people had a problem with that. And now, people have an issue with Bruno Mars being added into the game because it's already someone that we've seen. Again, I wish we got somebody that was actually, you know, new, but instead we got someone that's already previously been in Fortnite before. Let's hope this isn't necessarily a bad sign for Festival in the future because, as I've just said plenty of times throughout this video, it's cool that we did get more Bruno Mars cosmetics, and I am happy with what we got, but it does feel very off that they decided to push out someone like Bruno Mars inside a festival when we've already had him in the game to begin with, when they could have just chosen someone else like deadmau5, who was literally right there in front of us the entire time as the festival headliner. Sure, I understand a lot of people would have had a huge problem with that, but I would rather have had somebody that's actually new in the game rather than someone that's already been in Fortnite plenty of times. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out my Twitter, AKMX account, and also don't forget to use my support code within the Fortnite item shop. That's middle5 as MINO5. Please and thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Remember everyone, it's always good to take chances.